unapologetic.
I said what I said.
Unrepentant.
When I am assertive, I'm a bitch. When a man is assertive, he's a boss.
And unfiltered.
If you want to say anything, you say I'm real.
I'm Dominique the Diva.
I am the #1 most impactful.
And I'm Chey Parker.
Did not come here to impress you, because to tell you the truth, when I leave here, I'm gone, and I don't care what you think about me.
And we're not here to offend you. We're here to offend everybody.
You were thinking it. I know, but you said it. I know.
So listen, we're dishing on everything hip-hop,
pop culture, and all the bullshit in between.
So get your panties out a bunch.
And press play if you ain't scared.
To Diva Unfiltered. Okay, cheers and welcome to another episode of Diva Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Dominique the Diva. This is my best friend and media personality.
Once again, Chey Parker, and we're back.
Everybody say hey, Miss Parker, because Miss Parker got a new booty, y'all.
Hey, y'all not used to it yet. I'm not either.
Yes, so y'all know if you've been here a while, we got our guys Tazi and Licious in the background. Also,
as always,
Baby Cash is around here somewhere. So if you hear a kid singing in the background,
she's like half on unfiltered duty, half on mommy duty.
Mom life. Shout out to all the moms out there. I know Mother's Day
doing the damn thing
coming up. Yes, doing a damn thing. So we always start the pod with what you going through. So what you going through?
What am I going through? Where do we even
going through?
Where do we even begin? I don't know. I'll say this. I'll say this because I feel like we have a lot of good topics to hop into today.
Yeah.
So I'll keep it light.
Okay.
But I feel, do you ever go through certain seasons in your life where you feel like burdens are lifted and you feel lighter? You feel lighter on your feet?
Yeah.
I think I'm sort of in that season right now. So I'm feeling good. This week was a little overwhelming because I was working on air at 2 stations, working my other job, doing the most, and I was super tired. But like towards the end of the week, very much so lighter on my feet.
Yes, that just means
and we can park it there.
Good things are coming when we have those burdens that are lifted and we're like, oh, this is a transitional like phase. And so I feel like a lot of us is in that wave. I feel like, the pandemic is over. And I don't know if you noticed too, like all of your favorite artists are going on tour right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody's out in these streets. Everybody trying to get this money. Everybody's at a festival. Everybody got some tickets to fly somewhere to do something. So it's really up and stuck. And so it's definitely a transitional phase through all of us as we phase back into some sense of normalcy, even though things will never really be normal again. I know I'm getting ready to move, so that's a whole thing.
That's a transition in itself.
Packing up the crib, and it's so annoying moving, but we all know once we get moved in and you in the new crib, though, you be like,
you feel good. And I feel like it's such a great thing. We talk about this all the time, being self-aware of when you're in transitional phases and like being able to navigate them that way with like less stress because this is a transitional phase right now. So it's like you're not even really up in an uproar because like you're just shifting from one season to the next. Like I was watching this video on Instagram the other day earlier this week, and it was like a spiritual leader, a pastor or whatever, and he said something about like transitional phases and growth. He was like, you don't grow through time, you grow through seasons. And so that's what I feel like transitions are all about, more so seasons than you just growing through time or saying time heals all, time shows all. It's really the seasons that do it.
I can get really deep on some time shit. Like I can get really deep on some time shit because I really be on the whole like time, like time is a thing because of who, because of what, right? Like Tazi, help me out here because people was going crazy on Twitter a couple weeks ago because they found out that, is it Ethiopia?
That time is just made up.
They're on a different calendar than us, bro. They're not even on the same calendar as us.
Are we even in the same month as them?
We don't know. They like in 2012. I don't know. But like
2012.
We always talk about in God's time and God's time and God's time. And I really be thinking like, so do you think God's time is the time that we have, is the calendar that we have? Because we be like, oh, in 6 months I'm gonna do this, or in 8 months I'm gonna do this, and I'm giving myself this long to accomplish this. But we always talk about things happening on God's time, and I be like, God's time is not this calendar.
You can't even conceive it.
This God's time is not on this 12-hour on this watch. So we really have to be careful when we talk about God's time and then just having that faith and be really down for that and really have that
really
faith.
down for the process. Yeah, right, you got to.
You saying God's time, but you also saying next year. Which one?
You know
Which
what I'm
one
saying?
is sis?
You gotta get out the way.
Okay,
you gotta get out the way.
It's better.
Where are the church organs? Did we show Tazi where the church organs are?
Early with it. Early.
I don't even know. We should have practiced.
But you're right though. Seasons, you grow. Come on, somebody. God's time or is it your time? Think about it. Which one? Okay, you gotta grow in the seasons.
That's a word.
Amen.
And listen, the seasons, they don't come around once, 4 seasons one time a year.
No.
For God,
No,
sometimes
it's not
the seasons
fall.
are longer.
Right. It's more like charade seasons. Spring, summer, fall. Joggers. Yeah. Anyway, if you watch Real Housewives, you know
I love that.
Anyway, let's dive into some other things we want to talk about today, of course.
Listen.
I feel like one of the topics was it about money? Was it about reality TV? Hold on, let me.
We have a lot going
first?
on, and there's a lot to get into. I mean, I think it would be good just to kick things off with some viral moments that happen on social media this week, because there's always one.
Okay.
There's always one, and the one that really caught our eye earlier was a clip from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
We love that show, child.
We love that show.
Y'all
For those
know?
of you who are not familiar, Love and Marriage Huntsville is about these 3, maybe 4 couples. They're married, they went to college together, some of them grew up together, and they're sort of all connected through real estate
and in Huntsville, Alabama.
And so they're all married, and it kind of just talks about their life as these young Black couples who are married, doing the real estate thing, having a family, growing a family. And so one of the newest couples on the show had a moment go viral. The funny part is it's from an earlier episode.
Yeah, it's an older episode.
But you know how social media does.
Yeah, of Kimmy. Isn't it Kimmy? No, it wasn't Kimmy. I'm sorry, it wasn't Kimmy, because we all love Kimmy so much.
It's the new girl.
Basically, this woman is talking about how, in her first marriage, she left that man because he didn't really make enough money for her. And it's one thing to not make enough money, but she did make it a point to say this man was a hard worker. He worked from sun up to sundown, as we know some people do. Yeah. And they still just make X amount. And they not going to make no more. Ain't no more
to make.
OT. This is what it is. And, a lot of people in the comments was upset at her, because I know it sounds bad.
People were really upset. And listen, we won't lie, because I feel like, sometimes Black men get a bad rep. And in the clip, she spoke very candidly about being at a certain point in her life where that's what she wanted. Like, she was chasing the bag. She wanted a certain lifestyle. She wanted money. And, that's just what it was. But that this man really loved her unconditionally. And she got a little emotional about that. Again, self-awareness is key. But a lot of people were upset. And listen,
I think it's important for her
life
to say.
Life and love is not fair. Like, if I was to say love was fair, love is a losing game, and the bitch been one of the biggest losers.
Listen.
You know what I mean? And you make mistakes. She was able to say that, but why is it not okay for people to go after what they want? We talked about
people
that.
don't have that point of view. People are saying, oh, I can't believe she said that out loud. I can't believe she admitted to divorcing her loving husband for no other reason than wanting more money. And I know that sounds really bad when you say it out loud, but everybody on this earth is 100%, all right? They 100%, what's the right word I want to use?
Has the right
to,
and has the prerogative to go after
what they want,
the type of relationship
they want, what type of career they want. And I know that it sounds bad. I know somebody like, nah, y'all can't. Let me hear you. Let me say this, because I had the same stance. Of when a young man was expressing that, he was no longer attracted to his woman anymore because this, that, third, fourth, and the fifth, and he just was not attracted to her no more. And everybody was like, oh, that's messed up. That's your wife. Look, it is what it is. He don't gotta be attracted to her. If he's not attracted to her, he don't have to be attracted to her. If he wants to be with someone who's more attractive at that juncture, That is his right. It sounds
like
bad.
That?
It sounds bad because I know somebody listening right now like, no, this is not right. I'm trying to get them to get out of their feelings and look for what it is, because she said at that time in her life, she was on a hustle, she was on a grind, and she wanted more. I've definitely dealt with people.
And she was also excelling at a certain point in her career.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about her job and what she does or what she did in the past a little bit. And, you know, she was continuing to kind of like climb that ladder, make more money. And he's like busting his ass. And like,
sometimes
it's just not really working. I've
had guys come to me like, it's not enough. I'm doing everything. It's not enough. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not. You're exactly right.
But this is the other thing what I feel like, you know, people on social media giving her such a hard time about saying it out loud. And it's just like, that's the fucking problem with you people now.
Y'all would rather her not
you
say
don't want to
nothing?
be self-aware. You want to cap. You want to lie about it. We want to sugarcoat it. We want to dance around it.
Man.
And she spoke really candidly about it and, you know, expressed that this... I don't know if she necessarily said it was a mistake, but that, you know, she did grow from that experience.
Bad. Yeah, because he loved her wholeheartedly. And I mean, she found she's married now, you know, and he got some money or whatever. And
She's
she
married
went for
again.
what she wanted. And I think that guy ended up passing away. So it is a real soft spot for her. But I just want everybody to know, even if you never stuck in a situation, like if it's something else that you want that's out there, a certain lifestyle, whatever, it's your prerogative to go for it. To hell with anybody else that's going to say, oh, that's messed up. You just going, yeah, it is messed up, but it's my life. I gotta be here.
And I don't really fucking like how y'all acting, because we're not gonna sit here and pretend like finances and money is not the number one reason in this country for divorce. No. Or that the girls are not online talking about how, you know, they man need to buy them a Birkin and take them on a trip and buy them a Chanel. Chanel pussy is city girls all day. But when this woman says this, it's like,
how could she do that? Because if it was Carisha sitting up there, if it was JT, y'all would have been like, oh, okay. But because it's an older lady who said this nigga ain't have enough money for me, it is what it is. Because when a grown man be like, look, she wasn't throwing that neck enough, I had to get up out of there. And
let me tell you something else.
It is what it is.
Love don't pay the bills.
Not one of them.
The next time y'all log on to Pepco, let me know if they take love as a payment method. Because last time I checked, they don't. No. So I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't think the woman said anything wrong. It was a little cringe. Like, damn, bitch, for real. Like you left a nigga that love you unconditionally. It ain't a lot of niggas out here loving unconditionally no more.
That's what I'm saying.
You sure? And sometimes, listen. Sometimes some men are content. They don't want to make no more. They don't want to do all of that. They don't have those ambitions. Some women are like that. Some women don't have ambitions to be like this crazy career or businesswoman making all this money.
That's fine.
And you don't have to be. Yeah. But like when you have two people in a marriage who are not compatible in that, and you have someone who is very ambitious, who continues to chase, you know, this idea of just wanting more, whether it's financially or power in their career or whatever, and you have someone that's not, especially when it's in reverse, like a man and a woman, versus the man being the more ambitious one versus the woman, that gets tricky.
Yeah, for a long time in my career where I was chasing radio, I felt like niggas just could not keep up with me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember meeting my boyfriend when I first got to college, and I said, hey, I'm going to school for mass comm, radio, and TV, and I'm going to wherever this takes me, whatever city, because I had already done my research on people that worked in news and worked in radio, and I saw what they went to school for, what they mastered, and how many times they went to, you know, moved across the country for different stations before they got their big time gig. So I already was in there like, look, I just want to let you know up front, I'm going wherever this takes me. I don't got no loyalty to nobody but this radio shit, and wherever city I have to go to. I made that very clear at 19 years old, and you have to be able to do that, and he respected that, you know what I mean? But when it came time for me to like make my first move into another market, you know, it was a bit of a situation where I really felt like it was grown apart in that sense, because I'm in a whole different hustler mindset.
Right.
I'm in a whole different market, and I'm with a whole bunch of new different people, and I'm doing different niggas that you don't know and things like that. So that felt as it may, but it was important for me to let anybody know, look, nothing. And before I had even, I always thought myself as a very caring person, but he did say something to me one time, and he said, you act like you don't need me. And I felt so bad because I didn't think that I had ever done anything to make you feel like I didn't need you. Now, I was raised in a way where I'm always supposed to have my own, always have my own, been able to take care of myself. Don't ask my parents for nothing, like whatever, right? But I did not like and I did not feel good about myself with my partner at that time. And we're in college, saying that I act like that I don't need him. Now, let's be clear, I don't. Right. I don't need you financially, and I never will allow myself to need someone financially. I cannot do that. But I don't want my partner to ever think that I don't need them.
Right, exactly.
I need you. I need you for a plethora of other things.
And we got fellas in the room. Like, do you feel like you appreciate like when a woman vocalizes when she does need you? Like,
do women even say that? Like, babe, I need you to do this.
Yeah, like, do
they say that to you guys?
You go ahead.
No, I need my woman to let them know we need y'all for other things.
Yeah, what's the feeling behind that as a man?
In my experience, I have to put you in a vulnerable place. I have to get you in a vulnerable place for you to
say
admit
that.
your love.
Oh, your love. That sucks, Tazi. I'm sorry.
This is the experience of black men.
The experience of black men. Okay, I can see that.
Okay, yeah, I can.
The vulnerability that you express that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And also, I think actions speak louder than words. Mm-hmm. And I think there's an energy that you project unconsciously sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Unconsciously. I felt like at that point in that relationship that I hadn't done anything for him to say, you act like you don't need me. I hadn't done anything. And again, I was in college. I was diva, but I wasn't diva yet.
I can understand this. I remember one time when I was moving and I was dating somebody and I was like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that to move, da-da-da. And he was more so like, I'm here. You haven't like even asked me to do anything. You're just like getting movers, doing it. You're like doing all these workarounds and like haven't said,
I don't know how to ask.
Come help me pack. Come da-da-da. Yeah, like we just be wanting niggas to just do it.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes they do appreciate when you like vocalize.
Hey, I need you to do this.
Yeah, and then sometimes they're not mind readers. Some niggas are a little slow.
They're not.
They don't or not as like observant. Like I feel like if you're observant enough, then clearly nigga I need help.
That
like,
is an important moment though for our ladies.
Interject.
I just want us sometimes, because we be coming down on men, and I just want again for us to remember, and for myself, these niggas is not mind readers. Mm-mm. They're not. I be seeing all types of foolish stuff. I be seeing stuff sometimes. Oh, he already need to know that. He need to know how to love me. Oh, if he don't do that. Oh, if my man don't do. How he supposed to know, bitch?
How he supposed to know?
Because let me tell you something. What you not about to do is treat me like the next bitch. Because it's be very clear.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a different bitch. So let me teach you, because it's not the same over here.
And I don't mind telling you one time, maybe even twice. Because then once I tell you, now I expect you to know.
The third time.
I'm not just going to assume that you know. Now, if I tell you once, I tell you twice. Now, I expect you to know. We should be on the same page. We should be on the same wavelength.
So
we should be in alignment. We should be in alignment.
It's a very easy concept.
Because I'm not these other bitches.
Not at all.
Not these other bitches.
And just think about it this way. Every nigga don't like his dick sucked the same way.
Exactly.
So why the hell y'all think?
That's a fact. Some niggas like a little bit more suction. Some niggas like a little bit more.
Some niggas is like, don't touch my balls.
Yeah, some niggas don't like nothing on their balls. Some niggas like the gooch lips. You never
don't want to take it to the gooch.
And some niggas don't even like a lot of spit. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's a lot of different
think
factors.
about it like that, ladies. Think about it like that. We're all different out here. Yeah. But these niggas is not mind readers, okay? But let's make sure we letting them know when we do need them. Because when I think about my father, my other black men in my life, my brothers, my man, I want them to know that y'all are needed, okay? Yes. Even not just like, hey, can you hang this up for me? Hey, the TV in there, they need mounting. Not stuff like that, but even like just morally, emotionally, hear me out, be there for me, do something that I didn't, and it's funny, take something off my list.
Because my dad said something like that to me the other day. He's like, I know my baby girl doesn't need me anymore, but I'm still here. And I'm like, Daddy, I still do need you. I got this going on.
Girl, my dad,
like, all right, what you need?
Maybe like a year or so ago, randomly, I ended up needing a new tire or something. Anyway, my dad comes, takes care of my car, takes care of the bill, takes care of everything, and I'm crying. The ugly cry. He's like, what's wrong? I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
I I love being a daddy's girl.
Funny. Like it just feels so weird, and I just appreciated it so much.
There's nothing like having a dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like having
That's
a dad.
what I was telling my dad. I feel
so
like they talk about daddy issues. I told my dad that he's giving me like the opposite of daddy issue, what typical people think of daddy issues, right? Because my dad, I have a father figure in my life. So it's just like, I feel it's just different type of issues. It's like, Daddy, I know at one point I had told him when I was single for a long time, like, Daddy, stop talking to me all sweet like that. These niggas is not talking to me like that out here.
Right.
These niggas is
well,
not.
Baby girl.
Yeah, they're not even doing all that, all right? You
did not prepare me for the real world. That's what I told my dad.
My dad spoiled the shit out of me.
Spoiled the shit.
And so then you come up with a different type of daddy issues because you're looking at other, young men, and maybe they didn't have father figures or whatever the case may be, and their respect towards women is different. So you're looking at them like, how is this even like, why are you even doing it? I'm not understanding you because my dad didn't move like that. I'm not understanding you. Whatever he said, he did. I'm not understanding you. Mm-hmm. So it's like a different type of a
daddy issue. That's facts. That's facts. Because I mean, even one of my friends, she was talking about how her dad was the first man to put her on to fine dining, and every car she's ever driven has been a Benz, and anything she's ever wanted, like her dad has gotten her. And I can definitely relate to that. Like when you grow up with dads that are great providers and they're there emotionally, like to support you. Yeah, when you're dating, it's kind of like
it's different.
Well, like what the fuck am I dating for? My dad. I'm just calling my motherfucking dad.
It's different.
But that's how dads are. They don't want you to have to call another nigga. You didn't call your dad.
It's different.
Like,
it's different.
It is. It's definitely different.
Well, I just want you guys to know, Love and Marriage Huntsville is so good, but they're coming to DC, honey.
They're coming to DC.
It's about to be super lit. Shout out to DJ Quicksilver and Ashley Brittany.
Big bro
going to be on the show. We all know Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac is now on the show with her husband, and they have another couple that you guys are going to meet called the Tylers.
Yes.
And so what we know about Huntsville is the fact that when it comes to this type of franchise, when it comes to the TV and social media going hand in hand, it go hand in hand. You have to be paying attention to the show on TV, and you have to be paying attention
when
to
the commercials go. Right.
You got to be paying attention to Twitter too.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they're coming to DC, I love it because it also shows more production companies to bring their ass down here to Chocolate City.
Yeah, and listen, OWN has been doing a lot of production in DC.
They did Ready to Love twice.
Love and Marriage. Yeah, Ready to Love twice. So, I mean, DC, I feel like is definitely one of those cities similar to Charlotte where it's like growing even bigger than what it even is.
If they could go to Huntsville first and find drama.
And let's bring the TV production here. Let's absolutely bring the production here.
DC is about to go absolutely crazy. Yes. And because my co-host is on the show, I do feel like I have the best seat in the house, though. I really
the best seat. So
we can't wait for that. We'll be recapping here. And so speaking of couples and love and marriage and money and men and things, I saw someone propose a question like this the other day. And the question was, how long are we supposed to be having sex? How long is sex supposed to be?
Sis. I feel like 14 to 19 minutes is very solid. That's a solid session.
14 to 19 minutes.
When you think about, okay, let's take 15 minutes. When you think about 15 to 16 minutes, we're going to give about 7 to 8 minutes for the foreplay. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. We're going to give about 3 to 4 minutes for maybe, two positions on a light night. On a light night. It's a school night.
A school night.
It's like a Tuesday.
Weekday.
It's like a Tuesday.
Tazi is not amused. He's like,
she's about to land.
And then, like, this is just one of those things where the kid may come back into the room and lay down.
Oh my God.
Y'all just trying to like get it done, but it's not a quickie. We just trying to get it done.
Girl, I swear.
14 to 19 minutes.
Everybody.
A quickie. 5-minute quickies are like ridiculous. Just don't even waste your time.
I don't even
7 minutes.
5. Yeah, 5 is not. I was trying to get a quickie in this week, and I was told that he didn't have enough time. So I'm just like,
7 minutes.
He didn't have enough time. He said, I need more time than that. And it was like 10 minutes. We had 10 minutes. Let me tell you, everybody's like, Cash is so cute. He is cute, but all I see is a cock blocker. Okay, so you gonna have to get your time down.
In the literal sense.
In the literal sense,
a cock blocker.
Okay.
As he rolls around on his mic in the back.
As he's in the back, like, honestly. So you gonna
not
have
a care in the world.
So I'm glad that I hear you saying 14 to 19 minutes.
And I mean, if you know what you're doing, because it ain't always about the size of the wave. It's about the motion of the ocean. So if you know what you're doing, you can do what you need to do in 14 to 19 minutes.
I'm guessing that's like once you're in a relationship though, and you know that person, or this is your sexual partner.
You live
over time.
together.
But what about people that's not like that? What about people that's like,
well, he's just pulling up.
Yeah.
Y'all on like some once a week
because
type
your
shit?
body chemistry is different with different people. Everybody might not be good in 19 minutes. You know what I mean?
I feel like if you're kind of on your single dating type vibe, and like it's like on some like once a week like pull up, like maybe I'll pull up on you like after the club, like we go on a date once a week. That needs to be giving
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30
45 minutes.
for sure.
We can be porn stars.
If we're at once a week,
yeah,
like we gotta get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so how long are you supposed to have sex?
And even so, we may need to go a second round for like 10, 15. Maybe the morning. Maybe the morning.
I love mornings. I can just turn over. I don't have to do much.
Once a week is not a lot. No. Out of 7 days, that's no time. That is no time.
Yeah, I just said you gotta tell a sweet nothing.
And like, listen, fellas, like foreplay is important. Foreplay gets you a long fucking way. It gets you a long way. It gets you 80% of the way. It do. And like, if you eat pussy great, if you're a pussy monster, even better. Like,
I'm just trying to figure out
you don't really gotta do too much more after that.
I'm trying to figure out how niggas listen to so much Lil Wayne but don't be eating enough pussy. Like, how did you listen to all this Wayne? That's all Lil Wayne.
How you scared to eat the pussy? Put your face in it. Like, it should be on your nose.
We don't have time. We don't have time to park it there.
It should be like, we need the unfiltered meter going, like, hitting the bell.
Because
like,
the kitty cat lick, the kitty cat licks is not gonna work.
Yeah, like, why you licking it like
you're making me milk. Mad. Okay, I just wanted to know, how long are you supposed to have sex? That was the question, and I was thinking like, wow, how long are we supposed to have sex? Am I having sex long enough, or like, what is this? A Slurpee?
I think because
20 minutes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
20
As women,
to 30.
like having an orgasm and coming is two different things. Do you feel that way? Like, do you feel that way? Or do you consider them synonymous? Because for me, like, having an orgasm and coming are two separate things for me.
Okay, I understand why you're saying they're two separate things, but for me, I categorize them as the same for me, but I realized that I learned my body very early in my sexual career.
So that you...
Oh, do I say career? I don't have a career. But like, I learned it very early. So
you're such a whore.
I learned my body very early, so I don't know. You know what happened? I was skipping school like everyone else during the SOL testing.
Was everyone else skipping school during SOL?
Building up her career.
SOL.
And I started having sex.
If you were skipping school during SOLs, like you were a bold ass
with
bitch.
my test. I was done with my test. I would leave early.
All right.
So I would leave school at 11:30, whatever. Oh, I hope my mom's friends listens to this podcast, but I hope that she doesn't tell my mom. So anyway, I'm going to have sex with my boyfriend because after the first time, you're like, wow, that wasn't that bad actually. What the fuck was that? Let me go see what that's about.
I was so confused the first time.
Right? I go back. I learned at like 15, 16 years old that if I got on top, right, and I just rock that joint. And once I learned that I could get on top of him and rock like that, I was like, oh my God. Now that I go back in high school, he actually laid there and did nothing. And after I figured that out, I would just use him. Like, let me see if I could do that again. Let me see if I could do that again. So when I got older and I saw... when I got older and I saw women I saw these ongoing jokes that women don't like to ride, I didn't understand because that's how I first ever did that and learned that that's how it works. So I don't understand when they be talking about women as lazy.
Also, it's like a mental thing too, because when you're riding, you have so much like control over what's happening.
Yes.
But like only certain women find that like as a turn on, like, yeah, nigga. Hitting you the fuck. Yeah.
I remember listening to Amy Winehouse, and she has a part of the song where she goes, the only time I hold your hand is to get the angle right. And I was like, I know what you're talking about. I know you gotta hold his hand down.
Amy. How we miss her.
Rest in peace, Amy. So again, to your answer, I call orgasm and coming the same thing because, look,
okay,
I know how to get mine. I hope you get yours.
Yeah, see, I feel like I've only truly orgasmed with 2 people. And one person I was orgasmed, y'all. Like, for me, orgasming is very, like, mental as well. So, like, I have to be, like, also getting mind fucked, like, by whatever nigga is in order to hit an orgasm.
Face-to-face
like
kissing?
Literally, when I think of an orgasm, I think of like not barely even being in control of over my body. Like I don't even know what my body is doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Out of body.
Like, you know, like it's almost like, are you squirting? Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
Are you a squirter?
I want to. I've only squirted with one person.
Oh wow! So you can do it.
I've
Yes,
only squirted with one
great.
person. Only one person. And then coming is like baby sister to orgasm.
I said, are you a squirter?
You can do it.
We're clapping because Chey squirted once. Yeah, you did it.
I literally didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like,
I can't. I won't. It won't.
it's never happened again.
Yeah.
Well, it's never happened again with anyone else.
So those 2 people, do they hold a special place in your heart?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just pull up.
Yeah, like.
Wow.
No. Whoa.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
Now, what if you met a man? What if you met a man? Let me say. What if you met a man that no matter what position he put you in?
I've met that man. What do you mean? What if?
I met that man too, and we are gonna get married. I love you so much.
No, and the crazy part is, this is the part that scares me, because I've met that man and I was not in love with him.
Oh, I'm in love with mine.
And that was crazy. That was crazy to me. But anyway, for me, like, also, like, sex is a very, like, mental thing. Like, if I'm not fucking with you on that level, like, physically, I'm not really... it's not the same. It's not the same mentally. Sometimes I can decompartmentalize, like sex being sex and then the emotional part being the emotional part. But then, like, a lot of times, depending on what the relationship is with that person, I can't separate it. So it's kind of like, if I'm not fucking with you on the mental standpoint, if we not here, like, we not here neither. Like,
dang, I can't see that. I think one time I hated someone and I just did it one more time anyway, because it was just a different type of dick, and I didn't want to talk to him no more. I didn't even want to talk to him while I was there. I might have actually been able, if I could, have fucked him with my finger over his nose the whole time
to kill him
until he died. I probably would have did that, but it's just so good. It was so good.
I've never felt that emotion.
But I did not like that person. I did not like that person. Yeah. But I was so I was also with that person, not just stigmatized. With that person, I would get aroused by their scent. Have y'all ever been turned on by a man's smell? Well, I mean, and it wasn't a like particular cologne that he wore either. It was like, it was just whatever.
His aura,
his
scent,
whole scent. Like when he wasn't around, I would.
I've definitely smelt the pillow before. After a nigga like, I gotta smell this. Listen.
Oh my God. Yes, because he's crazy out here, way too loud. We gotta calm him down.
Cash is
but good thing Tazi's
a jungle
good.
gym. Uncle Tazi.
Yeah. Okay. Let's cut it back to that. Yeah. I don't know. I was just addicted to his scent. Like I was aroused by his scent, but we weren't good for each other.
Yeah. I don't think people realize like how important like scent is. I feel like for men and women, I always make sure I have like a nice scent on.
Yeah.
But your presence and your scent just is like
everything.
A turn on by itself.
Yeah.
So make sure you smell good. And make sure you're brushing your tongue too. Like a lot of people have bad breath because they brush their teeth. You ever see somebody who has like white teeth but their breath stinks?
Oh, yeah.
It's because they don't brush their fucking tongue.
Do they know
That's the exact reason. You gotta hit the back of that fucking tongue. With the right toothbrush.
I'm so sorry that in the middle of this conversation about sex and orgasms that we gotta talk about scraping y'all tongues.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
And gingivitis and things. I know someone who let someone who had like a herpes situation on their mouth give her head, and now she said she had herpes after that.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, like herpes simplex or the real kind?
I don't know what kind. but it was there. She said, and I'm like, well, why would you let him do that? You seen that on his
right?
That's weird. Yeah. Have you ever like been knocked out, but you was with a group of people and you been knocked out, and then you woke up, and you ever like woke up and heard somebody having sex, and you was like in close proximity?
No, I've never been in the room with somebody having sex.
That's crazy.
Have I?
No, I've never.
I went to college.
I don't know. We all did that.
I think it would kind of turn me on. I love the sound of sex.
Oh my God,
I love
really?
the sound of.
What about when your neighbors are doing it?
I love that sound. And I love the slurping sound. I love that.
Oh God, no.
I love that.
Oh no, you've never.
And like, you know what else? You know what else? I like to hear people kiss. Like I love that. Like I love it. I love it.
You like that?
Like I like having sex without music because I just love the aesthetic,
music,
the natural sound.
I love having sex with music, but my man does not like music. He be like, cut this shit off.
No, because then as soon as fucking Moneybag Yo go come on,
right, go.
LLC, and you just like you gonna change this? All right.
You haven't started having sex and then
no, have sex with the old nigga. Have sex with an old nigga and just watch Otis Redding come on the shuffle.
I've never had sex with an old nigga.
Have you ever had Otis Redding come on the shuffle play?
Otis. I've never. You live a wild life, Chey. Chey, I've never had sex with an older man.
Okay. It's fun. You'll
Maybe
never be able to try it, but
like a few years old. Yeah, a few years older.
I'm talking about like senior citizen. Oh, don't knock it till you try
it. Senior citizens? Are you knocking off senior citizens? Y'all be careful. Chey might be your grandmama.
Wait a minute.
Your step grandmama.
Yo, I told y'all about that time where I had like a friend, like I have a homeboy, and like his dad is always in my DMs, bro. Like I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm about to be your stepmom, nigga. Straight up, like I'm about to be your stepmom. Like he would be so pissed.
Yeah, he
would be so pissed if I started fucking with his dad. What?
That's a great age though. You're at a great age where you can fuck with the son, you can fuck with the dad. Daddy. You feel me? That's really good.
Listen, depending on the generations, grandpa.
Oh, and we might even try to find her.
I don't make the rules.
We might also be looking to find Chey a Simon Gabadia of her own.
Speak on it.
I won't lie to you guys. Often I daydream about being an African wife.
Portia is living her best life. He done changed her name, child. She be in Costa Rica at their other house. She be with the kids. She be on the private jet. Portia is do it. We about to be a Chey wedding. At her wedding with the money on her, Nigeria. And
that's one of the main reasons why I feel like I could really embody this, because I love the idea of being at my wedding and people pinning money on me and just throwing money up in the air and letting it fall on me, and me and my husband just walking away with mad money from our families. Well, from his family.
Right, because I've been hearing that people do not be bringing wedding gifts to the wedding. I've been hearing that people do not be giving good gifts at weddings, and y'all need to be giving
trying to get stuff off Groupon, and I don't like that.
But did you see the young lady who went viral recently because they did a $500 wedding? Like, she got her dress off Shein. And it was like $50. They got married off the highway with a beautiful view and somewhere in California or somewhere. And then like her friends and family came and they went out to eat after, and everybody paid for their own food and drinks as if y'all just going to Applebee's casually. But it was the reception to the wedding. I thought that was a great idea. I thought it was kudos to her.
Listen, I am not opposed to it.
Kudos to her.
Not for me. But I mean, I think I'm one of those people where I feel like I definitely get pieces for the low when people think I spend like so much for my clothes and I don't.
And I love that for me.
So I don't think that I would necessarily need to spend, $12,000 like on a wedding dress. I can very much, well, now I don't know about $500. $500, that's deep. But
I think her dress was only $50, I think.
But I honestly like the idea of people having weddings that are more so true to them than anything. Because for me, I don't really think getting married is an accomplishment. Like, I don't think, I much rather have something so big and so elaborate when we've been married for a while and we've shown that we can really do this and we can be in this. And now we can bring the community together under God to say, hey, let's party about us being married for however long. But I know for me, I don't even really know if I want a traditional wedding. I really just want a photo shoot. I want us to go on a trip. The niggas that can make it. The niggas that can't. And we about to get lit.
I'm with you on that.
We about to take a little tour, a little 4 country stop. That's the wedding.
He said, don't worry about her.
I hear that a lot of men want traditional weddings. Like, I've said this to men, and they be like, "Nah, we having a wedding." It's giving wedding.
I'm over here like, listen, I want to do the destination thing, and my boyfriend is like, "No, we want to do traditional," and I'm like, no, please don't, because this is what y'all don't understand. Please don't. I think people would think drama. Dominique the Diva would want this big, elaborate wedding, but I'm not Dominique the Diva all the time. And Dee Dee don't fuck with all y'all.
Like that. Like,
I'm not about to pay for y'all motherfuckers to come to my wedding to talk shit about me. So I'm good with the 50 people going to the island. When the 50 people go to the island to turn up.
And that's a party. 50 people?
Because I like to be around people that I can put my guard down with. I don't like to be on when I'm when I don't have to be on, when the camera is not on. I don't like to be on all the time. Right. I want to be around some love. I want to be around people I do not have to have my guard down with. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's very important to me. Now, what I'm going to splurge on the wedding is the dress, because I'm only going to get married one time. The pictures and the flowers. That's about it. I'm trying to decide if I want bridesmaids or not. Not because I don't love my girls, but because, one, I can't just have 3. I got to have all 7 of them, right? And 2, I don't know if I just wanted to ask y'all to all wear one color and come fly, or if we want to do the whole shaboing boing. But whatever it may be, this girl who did her little wedding for, $50 and $500 or whatever, that's good for them, because like you said, marriage to me is not the epitome of love, right? We did it, we decided to do it, and you found someone crazy enough to do it with you. But it's really, how long can y'all stay married? Right. It's the whole marriage. How long can y'all be there for and keep showing up for each other every day, time after time, years after years? That's why when they have those vows and they renew their vows after 25 years, that's when you really bring it out, because you're showing people that we can really do this. People get married all the time, spend thousands of dollars, go into debt, and they don't even like the bitch by the time you finish paying off the credit card.
I went to a wedding Labor Day weekend. Them niggas is getting a divorce right now this year in 2020.
Labor Day weekend, that won't even...
It ain't even been a year, bitch. It ain't even been a year. And I'm like, I don't even want to be around that type of energy. Don't invite me to your motherfucking wedding if you think you're not even about to be together a year. Because y'all fucking knew, and y'all made us all come out here and spend this money and get all fly and do all this. And y'all knew. Anybody who cannot stay married for a year, you knew on your wedding day that you was bullshitting everybody and wasting everybody's motherfucking time. Yeah. You knew.
If you can't stay for a year.
And I don't like that shit. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you one thing. All of my friends, you get married once, that's your one time. The second time, I'm not coming to all of the fucking events. I'm not.
Enough is enough.
I'm not gonna keep doing this shit with you.
See, that's how people feel when people have babies. They be like, "All right, this is the 4th child now. I'm not coming to no more baby showers.
I'm not coming to the gender reveal and the baby shower."
I swear.
Okay, pick one.
I swear that is hilarious to me. She said, if y'all knew a year ago, y'all was bullshit everybody.
And honestly, that's why I am such an advocate of, I hate when people see couples that have been together for a long time and like pressure them into getting married. Because I feel like I admire people who like don't let outsiders dictate when they do things, because it's like, no, we're gonna do this when we're ready, because we really actually only want to do this once.
Exactly. So that's where I be coming from with my relationship. I be like, most of the people that be asking, first of all, you're not even about to be invited. Okay. Second of all,
how you ain't outside the club?
We need to give more couples that type of grace to get to know someone to the point where it's like, you've seen this person in different seasons. Okay. You've seen this person in many different ways, because we all constantly change. You know what I mean? And so I think it's important, if you're going to sit up there and say forever is a long motherfucking time.
It's a long time.
So what is the rush with forever? Now, I understand some people that, got their certain values, or they grew up a certain way or whatever. But like you said, it is very much respected when those people are taking their time to do it right. Because I'll tell you one thing, we only want to do it one time. One time for real. And I do think that's a little bit of
the man who does it on his own time
for the millennials, because we have seen a lot of divorces with our parents and stuff. And I do feel like I see a lot of young millennial couples like really trying to get it right and stick together. But it's important. And like you said, we shouldn't rush them. We shouldn't be asking them when they're going to have a baby or when they're going to do the damn thing, because maybe they really like taking that time, because marriage is supposed to be something that is forever.
And I know one thing that I feel like I've really found with just relationships in general is that, like, I really have to be able to live out my life and live out the things that I feel like I want to experience before adjusting my life for something like marriage or children. Like, that's tough because I do feel like not saying that anyone feels like their child is a mistake or getting married young is necessarily a mistake, because that's not it. But there are pros and cons to everything, right?
Yeah.
And when you decide to do something, so young, or you go through a period where you've been married or you're divorced now and you're trying to figure out if you want to do it again, that like those things like impact your life in bigger ways, that it's cool if you want to chill and wait to make the decision when you're 36, 37.
Listen, when you have a kid, it's
whenever
not about
you
you
make
no
the
more.
decision, there's really no time on when you're ready for something like that. And I hate that society does that. Like 30 is the age.
Yeah, no.
Like 30 is the age where you're supposed to be doing everything.
I've seen so many more women now waiting later. The statistics will tell you they're waiting later to have children. They're waiting later, and I'm so happy that I waited till I was 32. I didn't have FOMO. I think I told y'all this before. I was able to hear things and see things that was popping off and had already experienced those things. So I didn't feel a way about y'all, my friends doing what I did not feel a way. I've had enough patience, you know what I mean, to deal with my child, and I can deal with him in a way I feel like a lot of our parents didn't. Instead of like remembering like he's just a kid, he don't know, and getting upset. He's just like, he don't know, you know what I mean? And so I'm glad that I waited, but I want to see more women not feeling like they have to hurry up and do anything like that, because you definitely don't want to rush, because once you have a kid, it is not about you anymore. But it's important to find a partner that allows you to be yourself. Like, I love when I have to be Dominique the Diva. I love how I have a partner that's like, all right, go ahead and do that. I got cash. Don't even worry about that. I got cash. And if I didn't have that, that's what they say. A lot of successful people, either you don't have nobody or you got somebody that's super supportive.
Listen,
it's no,
shout out
it's
to
no
the moms doing it
in
alone.
between. And shout out to the moms that do it alone, because I'm gonna tell you right now,
and the dads who do it alone.
Could it be me? Could it be me? But I was going to say something else to another point that you were saying.
I'm
and
sorry.
It was about marriage. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. It was about marriage.
Aww.
At first, I will tell you this, though. I was definitely the girl. You know how people would be like, how could you get engaged for so long?
I honestly, I am not opposed to the idea of staying engaged forever.
I'm a Sagittarius woman, and my partner is also a Sagittarius man. So we both always constantly remind each other that neither one of us meant for any of this to go this far. And we actually love each other, and we've had a child. But as a Sagittarius who has problems committing, like a lot of Sagittariuses do, just the gesture that you think that you want to spend your life with me is enough. That's enough. That's enough for me. Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
How I feel. Like,
because
I'm not.
That's so sweet. Because if I want to break up with you, I just want to leave, nigga. I do not want to get the paperwork involved.
That's what
I do not want to cut the check.
I'm not opposed to being engaged forever. I'm not opposed to that. So if anybody wants to like be fiance for some time, like, I'm cool with it.
That's fine. No, I'm
like,
totally
I get
fine.
the ring, like, we get the feels, we can do all the little events or whatever.
I'm good with the feels.
We don't actually have to go through with it. We can actually do like the common law 7-year marriage thing too.
Listen,
cool with that.
I know so many people are like, no, 2 years or nothing. I'm like, shit.
2 years, you don't really notice. You don't really even know somebody.
I saw someone
in 2 years.
ask. I think it was someone online asked, how long do you are you engaged, or do you date someone before how long do you date someone before you want a ring? A lot of people were saying 2 years. That's insane to me.
That's insane to me.
I don't care what age. At what age is dating 2 years and now I want a ring?
You don't even know that person.
That's what a lot of things on The Ultimatum, when I watched that, those people on there on that show, The Ultimatum on Netflix, they were 20-something years old, and they were saying, I'm giving him an ultimatum. I want to be married, and we're 2 years in, 2.5 years. I was thinking 5.
And I mean, I think it depends on like how you grow up too. Like, I grew up, my aunt and my uncle were together for 11 years before they got married.
Oh, wow.
Granted, they were younger. They went through, high school, college, adult years together. But like, they were together 11 years. Even my mom and my dad, they were married for, I think, 9 or 10 years before they even had me. It was kind of like, mom, when you're ready, you're ready. They wanted to enjoy their marriage.
My mom and dad were together dating for 20 years. And they only lasted 3 when they got married.
Damn. You don't think they still...
You never fucking know. No, my mom's remarried, got a whole new man. So it's like, You never know. But I will say that 2 years is a bit fast.
You bitches is wildin'.
You don't know nobody in 2 years. No. I don't care. I just don't care.
How you flip it, dice it, cut it
you
up.
You need to see that motherfucker broke. You need to see that motherfucker going through something. You need to see them You need to see them
up.
You need to see them up. Especially how they treat you in any facet of life. You need to see how they treat you in many different facets first. Right. I agree with that. Yeah, now, Young Thug is proposing that broke people should not have babies.
And I agree.
What are we going to do about this?
I agree. Now, granted, I don't think you need to be rich to have a kid. Like, I think he said something like, oh, you need to have at least $25,000 to have a kid or something of that nature. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think you need to be rich, but I don't think you need to be bringing children into this world when you make $12 an hour.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for that?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
How do you feel?
How do we feel? I don't know, but instead of coming up with all these different abortion laws, because I saw some bullshit this week where some congresswoman was trying to say, oh, even if you get raped, there's an opportunity for you to be a good mother in that situation. So that's why you should have the baby.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
See, this is they just want more white women to have more babies, and they trying to stop them from getting rid of their kids because they don't like all these black and brown, all this shit going on, because in a couple more years, everything gonna look black and brown. So this is why these abortion laws is going state to state, and they trying to justify what's going on. Now, with that being said, on the flip side though, okay, what if we was to make the, having a child a financial thing that you had to meet in the country before proceeding?
Like you gotta make at least like $50,000 or something.
Or just have a full-time job. Like they make it like a full-time job. An apartment thing. Like you gotta have a full-time job. You gotta show some pay stubs, and now you can have some sex.
But what would be the alternative? Would you have to get an abortion
if people want to have sex? They have to qualify to have sex.
The world would be a great place.
Oh, it would. At least America. In China, you can only have like 2 kids. If you have more than 2 kids, they get
still just do as they like.
Yeah.
Roam the earth.
You gotta have like a credit check.
But you gotta qualify to have sex first. But
I like that.
When they qualify to get married, roam the earth, see who we want.
Okay. Well, let's back up, because are we being qualified to have sex, or are we being qualified to have a kid?
Okay.
Because I feel like niggas should be able to have sex. Like, God damn, I gotta have a full-time job just to get a little bit of dick.
But
to have kids, that's something different.
That is different, right? Oh, so you should be able to. You have to qualify to have kids. Let's make it so. What if we did that? You had to qualify to have kids.
Would
that be okay? Everybody in the room, that was okay?
I think it's a
great.
Nick
said no.
I think it's
yes.
a great idea.
Qualify to have kids.
Do you know how many lives would be saved if these niggas stopped having all of these kids and can't even afford $300 child support for each?
The women are. But they get pregnant and do it by themselves. I don't know.
After I get you pregnant,
maybe we should.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I have no say as to what you have all the power.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That is true. Okay, Tazi said something very important. After he gets you pregnant, you have all of the power. That is very true. Yes. Now, someone called into the radio station this week to talk to our girl, Talk to Tasha, Intuitive Guru. And she's like, I'm pregnant right now. I don't know if I should keep the baby. What should I do? And she's an Intuitive Guru. She's like, I'm a man of God. I'm a woman of God. I'm not going to tell you to like get rid of the kid. Right? That's what we're supposed to say. Great. But some of y'all, it's getting really weird sometimes. Some of y'all know that he already not answering your text.
Ooh.
It's like, girl, it's like 4 weeks in. You know what you should be doing. You know this nigga is not. You already know how he acted. It's 4 weeks, girl. You know where you need to be going right now. And now you Danny Lay and you getting kicked out of the house
clinic on
Instagram. Okay, and now your baby daddy is on Instagram telling everybody you was a side chick. It's very tough to have sympathy for those type of women.
We knew the baby wasn't shit. We knew he was.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to feel bad.
It's hard to feel bad.
Get the angle right with it.
And listen, I be understanding that sometimes the dick do be good, but it don't be that good. It don't be that good. If it's that good to you, if you willing to take those type of risks, if it's that good to you, you ain't really had good dick.
Nah.
Like, this is new to you. Yeah. This is new to you, and that's sad.
And that's sad because the dad does have a say-so. He does have a say-so, but at the end of the day, it is your body. Like, I saw something where it was like a young lady was, didn't know what to do. She had just got a BBL, right? She had just got a BBL, and she found out that she was pregnant, and she did not want to tell her husband because she knew her husband or whoever was going to make her keep the baby. But she's like, I don't want to keep the baby. And she told her husband, and he wanted her to keep the baby. And so they're about to, they were about to get a divorce or whatever. Their relationship is at stake because of the baby. And you know what I thought?
What?
Why did you even tell this nigga?
Why? Cause that was gonna be my next question. I'm like,
I said that in front of my boyfriend, and he was looking like, you dirty bitch. I'm telling y'all need to learn how to take shit to the motherfucking grave. Y'all need to learn.
You bitches, count your fucking days. Learn how to lie a little bit.
And learn how to take some shit to your grave.
You don't have to tell everything.
You don't gotta tell everything. You don't have to tell him what
Especially
period
when you ain't wanted that baby. You shouldn't have told him.
Listen, that's what I told her. She should have never told him that she was pregnant in the first place. It's your body. I know it sounds bad, but at the end of the day, the body is in your body. I mean, the baby is in
baby. If you a mama,
your body.
And your grandma got your baby.
Now, 5 minutes ago, Tazi just said, once I get you pregnant.
No, I'm just saying.
Right. You wash your hands.
It's the truth. You have no power.
No, I do have no power.
I know, exactly. So at the end of the day, I was telling a story about a young lady who had just had a BBL, but she also had got pregnant, and her husband wanted a baby, and she's like, I don't want to have a baby. And I'm like, but why did you ever tell him? I would have never told him.
Still wouldn't have told him.
I don't know if it was her husband or her man, but I just felt like at the end of the day, it's your body. I know some people are going to be like, that's wrong, but it is what it is. Life ain't fair.
You have the right.
Uh-huh.
If you have the right for the say-so of how the child, determination of pregnancy, I should have the right to abandon the motherfucker.
That's what some people say. That's what some states.
Yes.
That's your man.
That's your man. And he walk away. No. That's your man.
No. Y'all go to hell.
Some people are saying that because, like, what if he didn't want the baby? Like, Tristan was found on text messages telling, like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not gonna get rid of this kid."
Choice.
If he don't want the baby,
I mean, if the nigga don't want the baby, the nigga don't want the baby.
How you can determine if the pregnant soul? I should at least be able to, fuck it, I don't want to be a dad.
I know, right? Ain't that terrible?
That's a problem.
That's a problem, right? That's a problem, bro.
I don't think so.
But look, at the same time, what do you say?
So.
What do you say to the young lady who is having a child and she knows well within her rights that this man did not, want that? You know what I mean?
I feel like just as a woman has the right to say, I don't want this baby, a man has the right to say, I don't want this baby, but it is your choice with your body. But
if she has the baby anyway, and he say, bitch, I said I didn't want it.
I didn't want this fucking baby. But you did come at her. So you have to be held responsible. You're still responsible, but if you don't want the baby, you don't want the fucking baby.
So should that hospital be doing DNA tests, right?
Yes.
At the hospital.
Yes.
Mandatory DNA test
mandatory for everybody, whether you're married or not. Yes, because these bitches be lying.
Yeah,
these bitches be lying, and these niggas don't be trying to claim they kids. So I feel like it should be mandatory for every single pregnancy that happens in a hospital.
They already drawing blood, right? Are they already drawing blood?
Run the DNA test. Run the DNA test. And then I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair.
Or get married.
But no, I feel like I feel like even in that sense though. But I feel like even in that sense, though, it should still be a DNA test, because think about some of those situations where a child is born, another man thinks it's his kid, husband or not. Mm-hmm. He goes on the birth certificate, they find out the little crumb snatcher is not his kid, and then he still got to take care of this fucking kid for 18 years. Now, whether he loves the kid or not, that is simply not fucking fair, that he has to be held legally responsible for a child that's not his because a bitch lied.
If he signs
that's
the
not
birth
fair.
certificate,
That is not fair.
He's the dad. Not every hospital.
Do that?
Not
How
every
you
hospital.
know? How you know?
Look, not in my when I had my child, nobody asked. I'm like, I be in there all the time. I be up in there all the time. They didn't ask me. Not every hospital. I guess it depends on the budget.
He said 5 papers you gotta sign.
Damn, that's 5 documents.
I don't remember being asked that, but I think it's only right. We do have to get a hold on how many kids is coming into this world, y'all, and many different dynamics in different households. So I don't know if it would be you have to qualify, you have to make a certain amount, you have to do nothing. I don't know, but I didn't know until I was a single person making 6 figures with no kids and realized how much my check go to all y'all motherfucking kids. So we gotta get some. We
gotta figure something else out. We gotta figure
get a grip on this.
Because the way I'm claiming zero dependence,
I didn't know. All I heard was making money, get there. And then I got there and I learned, oh, you have to give your money away. Oh, you have to be paying taxes on this. You need to do this. You need to do that in the third so they won't get your ass at the end of the year. Right. So we should, Young Thug, as crazy as he is, he does have a point. And it's also like, just because you have money don't mean you should be having a whole bunch of kids in a whole bunch of different households, because it comes to, daddy can't make everybody football game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's tough. It's tough like that. Even though Nick Cannon says he's doing his thing.
I got pushback.
You got pushback?
I think if you're a man of means,
you can do what you want.
Not you can do what you want, but
take care of them.
You can afford to do what you want.
Yeah, it's some women.
But still, but when does it? But when do you get a point? When do you get to the point where you can't be everywhere? You just physically, you as a man, no matter how much money you have, you cannot be
only
everywhere.
One of you, Tazi.
So say if you have 4 kids, you have 3 boys. They're all 1 year apart. They all got football games on Saturday at 4:00. What the fuck you about to do?
Be an ain't shit ass dad.
Yeah, cash out one of them, go see the other.
Wait, you on the same team?
On the same team. You on the same team. He already got it.
Go to the same high school.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, as Mother's Day approaches, we'll see how the moms feel about this.
Right.
I just feel like moms, I think this is dropping around Mother's Day. Keep doing your thing, okay? And, it's so many different ways that men try to get out of. They're gonna assassinate you, right? Because I want to know, like, how it is to be cool with niggas that don't take care of their kids. That's really weird to me. It's wild, right? Yeah, that's weird. Like, do y'all even say something to your boy or like your mans? Because I dead know like some deadbeats that be in the club all the time, that be throwing popping bottles, or like they be like, oh, you like my, you see me out here? No, I don't see you out here. Huh?
I take care of my child so well. Her mother want to be my friend.
Okay. I want to be my friend.
That's when you know you did a good job.
Adopt me. Nah, for real though, it's important. Shouts to the stepdads and all that, all the men out there who do step up.
Love the stepdads.
Listen, I've known my father since my mother started dating him when I was like 4 years old. I don't even call him my stepdad. Every time I'm talking about my dad. I known him since I was 4. That's my dad. Yeah. That's literally my dad. I don't really have no, and I remember my mom and us like driving down to his college, Johnson C. Smith University. Like, he was a young man who dated a chick that had a kid, and the kid was me, and he's been there for me every it's like not even like that is my dad. And so I always think about the young men out there, and I don't want women to ever feel like, because I know if you over on the Samuelites, Kevin Samuels will tell you that if you have a kid, you'll never find a man that'll love you and your kid. It's stepdaddies out there.
That's not true.
That's 100% not true. But I think we have to wrap this up now. As good as this conversation is about,
yes, we love it. Love when the episodes are like this.
Love good evergreen episodes about love, black people, family dynamics, money, sex. I think we talked about a little bit of everything.
Yes.
But are we gonna wrap this up? Any last words, Chey?
No last words.
What you say?
Oh my God.
Don't walk it back.
I'm not walking it back.
Don't walk it back.
Tazi's opinion.
opinion on certain things.
Do not walk
We
it back.
love the male.
I am in a relationship.
And we are not editing it. And we are not editing it.
Don't tag me in shit.
We're definitely tagging.
Shout out to him.
His name is at Call Me Tazi.
So men can be, black men are capable of being in monogamous relationships.
Of course we are. Of course we are. I go to couples therapy.
Hell yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
I might
that.
be polygamous. On the team.
What?
Don't do that.
Black men can be monogamous.
I'm not going to be the Simon Cowell of the group.
Why? And say what? Yes, we can. He said, you know what? Yes, we can.
I don't know.
Doesn't have to be with the right chick.
Sold. I'm not sold. I'm not sold.
Say 52% of us niggas, men, black men, don't got no kids.
52.
52. That's current stats, right?
Okay.
Meaning what? The niggas that got kids is a small group of y'all fucking on the same niggas.
I know. What's up with that?
All of them just fucking on the same niggas. Fucking all these niggas.
I don't know. I'm not sold.
Future with so many children.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
I blame
Why
you.
do
Y'all
they
did
keep
it.
fucking Future though?
Oh my God.
Why do the girls keep? What do you think about that girl that's like, yes, I'm gonna have a baby by him for that check?
What check?
The baby is a
Between
check.
all these kids.
The baby is a check. Whatever check. It's a check more than what she gotta go. What about that girl? Is that cool?
One AP and a Birkin. That's what's at stake here.
What do you think about that girl? It's like, oh, okay, that's what's up.
You know what I think? Count your fucking days, bitch.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like,
count your fucking
you gotta remember, I lived
days.
in LA before. You know what I'm saying?
You're making all of us look bad.
So as we get dressed out in LA, you know, I'm hearing girls, you know, when I lived out there, and that was the goal for some of them that night to you know what I'm saying? To push up on a ball, push up on whoever so that he can, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how Drake baby mother got so lucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone leave with the intention of doing these things.
Some women will leave with the intention of going to this particular
Absolutely.
event to find that, you know, baller ass, whatever, so that maybe she can have a baby and get the check. What do we think about that? Is it just like, hey, get it how you live, like charge it to the gang, like it is what it is, or is it like, damn nigga, you shouldn't have robbed her?
No. That's why they gonna have me on birth control.
Are y'all gonna take the birth control?
Are y'all gonna actually fucking take the birth control?
I'm just fuck that.
Like, I wouldn't even trust a nigga to take anything daily.
Y'all don't do shit daily.
You don't do anything
What do y'all do daily?
Name
Name one thing that a man does daily.
Very fucked up.
Surgery, bruh. Like,
But
never get pregnant.
population control, man.
Population control.
Like, some kids need to be born.
Tazi, 1 in 3 African American men, 32%, had children with more than one woman, compared to 17% of Hispanic men and 14%. 32% of black men had children with more than one woman. African American men are more likely to have experienced multiple partner fertility. That mean y'all got mad baby mothers? Is that a nice way to say it? Y'all got baby mamas?
Is that because of our history though? Is that because of our origin? Like that's. Is that why? Because I feel like that's
Park. What? I think let Chey land. Chey, what are you trying
right.
to
Let me land.
What are you trying to say, Chey?
Let me land. I'm saying though, before we were brought over here for slavery, that was the vibe. Like men had many wives and they had many kids, and like that was the vibe. Like, it's very different in a sense than how we think about it now, because we've been colonized and we have like this white man's idea of monogamy. I don't like the shit either, sis. I don't like it either. Disclaimer, I don't like the shit either. But I'm saying, whose idea monogamy? Whose idea was that? That's never. But that's not how we live. I'm being for real. I don't like that shit either. But like, if you think about like how we really lived before we were brought here, men did not have one wife, and it was a very matriarchal society. Like, women also ran society though. Like, women were also like worshipped in a way because they brought life. Like, they grew the village. Like, they brought life into the world.
I mean,
so,
we
like,
understand what you're saying.
Even though men had many wives, it's like women were also placed on such a higher pedestal than I feel like we necessarily are now.
Yeah, because they actually were wives, and they actually protected
try to think about
and
it
provided.
without your colonized lens.
Yeah,
like,
but these niggas is not all protecting and providing for all the bitches. Them bitches is just their baby mothers. They not their wives.
That's lame.
Yeah.
The factor is, again, went back to
are you financially responsible? And these young men out here, they don't even know where they going and what they doing before they be trying to do this, that, and the third.
And it's like, we're also not talking about the man that is like just a fuck boy. We're not talking about the man that's like just fucking bitches, cheating on a wife, doing whatever. We're literally talking about like men who were like family men, and the women didn't feel like they were necessarily missing anything because it was 2-3 wives.
That's a big
like
thing.
It was a different mindset.
But for a woman to not feel like they're missing anything.
But now we have a different
thing.
idea of it. So now it just sounds fucked up. Like, it just seems, I don't like the shit either. But I'm just saying, like when you really think about it,
you mean like men not being able to have more than one wife?
Just the idea of monogamy. And I think it's also like unrealistic for us to think that out of all of the billions of people on this earth that like monogamy, that type of relationship fits everybody.
No,
that
it doesn't
make logical like sense. It just doesn't make logical sense. Like, and I think people are not honest. I feel like a lot of black men are not honest with themselves about whether they are, you know, capable of being monogamous. Because if you've never done it before, then why would you ever think that you can be monogamous? Maybe that is not
a type of relationship. Do they just need to meet a woman that makes
and there's some
like,
women who are cool with you not being monogamous.
My thing is, like, I would be open to that if I could do it too. And the thing is, niggas, y'all be like,
but you can't do that.
You can't do it too.
You can't do that.
That's why it becomes.
That's why it becomes an issue.
That's why it becomes monogamous, because it's like, all right, I'm down, and then nigga like, well, no, you can't, and it's like, okay, well then we both can't.
Or question: just because you want it, should you be able to get it?
Just because you want it, should be able to get it, right? Just because you want it. Just because you want it.
Is that a good enough reason to get something?
Yeah.
No.
Just because you want it.
No.
If you let a child overindulge in
candy, just because you want it doesn't mean you should be able to get it. Yeah, it is feelings based. You have to be disciplined. That's what I said. I said it at the same time, discipline.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like now at this point in 2022, I feel like black men and black women both have to adjust to what's currently going on in society. Like, black men have to adjust to women making more, not needing you financially. So not needing you financially means that, like, I don't gotta really deal with certain shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, and so y'all are going to have to adjust to that at some point. Right now, I feel like it's a little bit of resistance, but it's like, you can't stop it. Like, black women are the most educated group of people in the fucking world. Like, you're gonna have to adjust to that in some way. Like, we're not gonna be able to keep up like with the status quo. Same thing with women.
Yeah, and I think an easy way for men to get over that ego of that is just to look at it as you guys are a team. Just look at it as that. Because black women, we are making mad money. We are very educated. We are not stopping, right? So you're gonna have to take that ego part out of it and look at it as a team and say, I got a very fucking good quarterback. She the shit. She got a government job, whatever the case may be. Because it is hard to come from that when they're told, if you're not providing or protecting, then you ain't doing shit. Or, you know what I mean? It's conditional. It's conditional based off of what you got, if I like you or not, if I love you or not, if I'm gonna be with you or not. I think that's a very good point, Chey. But too bad we don't have time to park it here any longer. I hope you had as much fun listening as we had fun kikiing in the studio. And of course, we'll catch you guys next time on another episode of Diva Unfiltered. Love ya. Mean it.